Hello, folks. Wholeness. Welcome to my portal, my space, my place. People don't want to hear what you're going to do. People don't want to hear about your plan. People don't want to really hear about your ideas. This sounds a little rough. Hear me out. You want to manifest. You want to create. You want to do something big. You want to accomplish something. To my ambitious folk out there, I'm one of them. I want to just do, right? And just, because there will be a season in my life where I won't be, We all have that season that's coming. And sometimes it's abrupt. Sometimes it's unplanned. Sometimes it comes a little early, right? When you deal with a lot of sick and ill people, dying people, death, really puts things into perspective. So people don't really, and those that hear you out, they love you. They really love you and they want to give you the support and hear you out. But they do that because they love you. But in general, people don't give a crap. What they do care about are results. What they do care about is what you can produce, what you have succeeded at. So when you're putting your plans together, your master plan for whatever you seek out to accomplish, if anything, put it into action. People won't believe that you are what you're capable of unless you do it. Yeah. People won't believe in what you are doing unless they actually see that you are doing it or you've already done it. I swear. And then they'll get on the wagon. Then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I believed in you the entire time. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so proud of you. They're not going to be there. It's those moments when they're not there when you're crying, when you're full of doubt, when you don't have enough resources, when you don't have enough finances, when you don't have enough moral support. They're not going to be there when you're making phone calls, you're trying to pull the pieces together, when you don't know the result of an action you took to accomplish the goal, right? Like it's a lonely road. You only got you and source, or what you guys call God, the higher power. That's all you got. Your mind, your heart, your body, and the spirit that runs it all. That's it. I'm not just putting this up to check you. I'm checking myself too. We all get excited about the things we want to manifest and the things we want to create. We all do. Okay? And we all want validation that what we're doing is right. We don't want to be wrong. Because sometimes when you're wrong, you lose a lot. And sometimes when you win, you lose a lot still. But you won. Right? So just know it's a lonely road. You want to deepen your spiritual practice. Telling everybody all about your spiritual retreats and all about what you're doing and what you're going to do and fasting and all this other stuff does nothing but validate your ego. Do it. And once you reap the benefits, people will feel it. That's another thing I admire about people of true faith. They don't go around preaching gospel or the Quran or their Bible. They breathe it. They are the essence of it. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to lift a finger. They don't need to stand on a soapbox. They don't need to text you quotes from the holy book. They are that. Wow, you feel so good. You feel so positive, so uplifting. You feel so peaceful. I love being around you. And only then, when you say, they ask you, what are you doing? What's going on in your life? Then you open up and you tell them, this is what I've done. This is what I continue to do. Right? Those of you who want to set out on an adventure, like traveling, talking about it does nothing. You know what people will usually say when you talk about things that you're not doing and you're not putting into practice? Didn't you say that you were going to do this 3 months ago? Didn't you say you were going to do this like last year? Didn't you say? That's what you're going to get. And then it's going to make you feel like crap. Believe me. Then guilt and shame and embarrassment. Because you told them you were going to set out to do something and then you didn't do it. You create the timeline of whatever you're working on. You do that. When you open your mouth and you say this, hey, this is what I'm going to do, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then people are going to hold you accountable to that. And we don't meet that. Don't get crappy with them. Because all you got to say, yeah, you actually did say that and I did not fulfill that. Right? You want to set out to, go back to school or change jobs, change careers. Personally, right, that's what I'm going through right now. I'm going through some things. And it's lonely as hell. Like, I feel, and that's a thing. When you lack support, create your support network. That's the moment where you don't give up or you don't get down on yourself. You look for people that are doing what you seek out to do. You surround yourself with people that you set out to become. You connect with people who've already accomplished what you seek to accomplish. Don't surround yourself by people who don't tell and talk about your dreams with people that aren't doing what you're doing and will never do it. Let them just see the results. Let them see the success after it has been completed. Let them reward you with blessings and happiness and joy. All this time you waste about talking to people that, your loved ones and people who care for you. You just want validation on something that you haven't completed yet because you want to make sure that it's the right thing for you. That's doubt. And as I'm saying this to you and speaking this to you, my dear listeners, I'm speaking to myself. I'm dealing with this right now. I've dealt with it in the past too. The first time I moved across country, my dad, I don't know what state I was in. I moved around so much, but my dad, he said, Nadja, you're very bold. Be bold. Be bold in your decisions. Be solid in your mistakes that you make. And don't turn away. Don't walk away. And don't back down. You live with your mistakes with pride. And don't repeat them again. But I say all this to say this. It's okay to be excited about what you're doing. But only share with people that are doing what you're doing. Because 9 chances out of 10, the people that you're sharing your ideas and your goals with have no effing clue why you're doing it, why it's important to you, what it really means, how much effort it takes. They're not there. These are the type of people that will clap and applaud you and brag about you when they see results. The people who do what you're seeking out to do will be there when you're crying and you're lonely and you're doubtful and you're lacking the resources, but you're still going for it. Those are the ones you really want to surround yourself with, that you really want to listen to, that you really want to open up to. We can't do everything alone. As much of a loner as I am, I know this. But I'm tuning in and tapping into the more assertive part of myself right now, because I'm needing to make some changes and asking myself really big questions like, am I where I'm at right now? Is this where I need to be? And there's a saying, it's like, wherever you go, there you are, or something like that. But it's like, what if you don't like where you're at? Like, it's like, what if you don't like where you are? Then change it. We sometimes believe we have to accept our fate. And what's weird to me is that if you have the resources to change and make change in your life, don't accept it. Change it. We have this one life, one complicated story. And it's about reclaiming your story, reclaiming your right to be the author of your story, the co-writer at least. You need to end a job, you need to end a relationship, you need to end a way of thinking, you need to end a lifestyle. Do it. Do it. Do it. You're claiming your sovereignty that way. You're claiming your birthright. You're rewriting a passage in your story that will take you down the path that you need to be on. I think we're all on a pathless path. And we trick ourselves a lot of the time. I'm on this path. Because I mentioned that I'm multifaceted and I'm trying to find my purpose, I'm seeking my joy. I'm seeking my joy in my life. And it's got to make sense to you. And only you. Focus on the result, get it done, and then share. People will have more respect for you in that way. Because every time you say, I'm going to do it, you don't do it. That really affects what you're going after. And it affects you. It affects your mental state and the drive and the ambition to do what you set out to complete. I will say about half of the things that I chose to do in my life, I did without permission. It's almost like we're seeking permission from people when we need to tell them about what we're about to do. Is it okay that I change my job? Is it okay that I end this relationship? Is it okay that I travel to this new city or this new state or country? Is it okay that I decide to open this or close that? That's what we're really doing when we go to people closest to us that love us but have no understanding or understanding of why we do what we're doing. You don't need permission. You give yourself permission, but you don't need permission from people that don't even understand your intention. It's not their path to, it's not their purpose to, give you permission to make changes and transitions in your life. So, that's just a kind of a reminder to myself, because I'm solo dolo, I'm solo dolo for real. But I have people that love me, and I love them, and I am working on deepening my friendships that, I've semi-abandoned, or life just took us apart, and now life has brought us back together. I'm in my hometown, and I'm kind of like, I'm trying to sink my teeth into this semi-new career path, because I want more stability and substance, and I know that this opportunity can open up a lot of doors. I don't know how long this is going to take. I really don't. I have another really big project I want to get off the floor, but it's like, it's scary. It really is scary, and I'm allowing myself to feel the fear, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's like you're wanting to jump out of a plane without a parachute. That's what it feels like. And you have to remind yourself that you know how to fly. That's exactly what my life feels like right now. I'm jumping from a plane with no pilot, by the way. Jumping from a plane with no pilot, and I have no parachute. And it's like free falling. And as I'm falling, I'm like, okay, how do I fly? How do I fly? How do I fly? Because if I don't fly, if I don't figure out how to fly, I'm gonna splat on the ground, And maybe Source, I call God Source. Maybe Source is showing me and trying to explain to me that the ground is an illusion, that there is no ground. And that me free falling, as scary as it is, I'll eventually remember how to fly. And I think that is the end of that message. I'm going to go now and go visit with someone very dear to me. All right. I'll see you guys later.